All right, here we go. First step in this process is my paint. All right, this is titanium white. I use that more than any other white paint out there. And then we move along to, this is Payne's Gray. It looks really black right there, but it's Payne's Gray. And anyway, we'll discuss the different ones that I use later. And then we move on, and the next color, that is yellow ochre. And then I have the alizarin crimson. Those are the four colors that I'm going to use to create the background of this painting. So anyway, next step. All right, here we go. I use acrylic paints, and I usually use a little bit of water. So the first step in this particular painting is I always do a solid white background. And it just gives me a little bit more to work with here. Doesn't have to be pretty. Doesn't have to be completely every single spot covered, because it's just a background. It's just a base. And it will just makes the next layer of paint blend a little bit better. See, very simple. All right, there we go. Now, next thing is I add just a little tiny touch of the Payne's Gray into my white to create just a little touch of color there. Just a little touch. And it doesn't matter if it streaks, because have you ever seen a sky that's completely solid? No, the color changes. And this Payne's Gray gives you the effect of an early morning. And that's what we're looking for, is an early morning color. Have you ever been out to Choctawhatchee Bay bright and early in the morning and the whole place just looks completely silver? Yeah, I have. And that's probably my absolute favorite color for the bay. All right, now, one of the things to get perspective perfect, a lot of times the closer it is to you, the brighter and the color. So we want to put a little bit brighter, because this is our
Hey, good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well out there today. I know we're finding ourselves in a very crazy situation right now. A lot of people are quarantined and at home, so I thought I'd contribute just a little bit myself. So I've decided that I'm going to do a couple of painting videos, something very simple. Nothing too complicated. I'm going to take you step by step through my process of how I create these artworks, and hopefully you'll learn a little bit of something, or you are entertained. I don't know, but
we're working on.
Let's get started and see what we come up with.
Morning sunrise. Just a little bit right there in the middle. We're going to bring it up, mix it in there, so we got just a little touch. And of course, this is going to be water, so we're going to get a little reflection coming in on this water of this yellow. Not that much. That's a little more than I wanted, but that's all right. I've got a little bit of a glare on my canvas. I hope you're not picking it up. All right, now we're going to get into that alizarin crimson. Very lightly put that in. Bring it in from this side. Almost gives you, with that Payne's Gray, that little touch of purple. And there. Now, we should be able to see a little bit. And there. I'm going to add a little more white into this sky to make it give it a little bit of extra. And there. Now we've got a completed background. You kind of got to back away and look at it a little bit and see what we're coming up with. All right, there we go. Step one. All right, there is our canvas. You can see the colors a little bit better right there. Okay, and now we've added like a chromium oxide green, which would be like an olive green, and I've added phthalo blue to my color palette, but I'm sticking with the rest of the same colors. All right, I'm basically going to use this little square flat brush to start with. It's going to pretty much let me do the little house or barn, whatever. Oops, not enough, it's dry. There we are. Just want a little light. And there it is, just extremely simple, just kind of give us a little thing. Bring it on down a little bit, and that'll be perfect for that. And then I'm going to pick up this old throwaway, extremely stiff brush. And you want these colors to be very light because we're making trees. And that's all you want to do here. Maybe little bushes out there. You want the just a little bit of color in here. We want a little dark, we want a little light. Maybe a little touch of gray green. That's what we wanted the green for. We'll add a little gray to it and make it a little, there we go. Add a little color here and there. Not a lot, because this is really not close up. I'll take a little white. I'm going to fog it in a little bit. It's not highlighting, it's just kind of fogging it in. I guess, for lack of a better word, I'm not exactly sure. And we'll straighten this up. I'll add a little line here and there. And we're going to want to pull it down because we're going to get a little water reflection. And when we pull it down, then we'll take and get a little white, do a little swoop, I don't know what else to call it, to make it do that. I'm gonna do a little bit darker right in here because it's a little closer to us. And with water always needs to go side to side. And now we're going to come back and highlight our little barn just a little bit, our little shed, our little boathouse. There we go. That's the name. That's the word I'm looking for. Boathouse. This one will do. We need to add just a little bit to make it stand out just a little more. We don't want it too much. Just a little pop. So you know that it's back there. There. All right. Now we'll see about the next step. And the next step is, let's go ahead while we're here and we will put in our post. You know, we need a post. That we need into the water. Of course, when you do that, you got a reflection. We want this to be kind of dark because we're picking up, because the sun's in the back behind us. So we really need to have it there. Now, we've just designated that water line. Let's see, where's my, there it is. Okay. My favorite trashed brush. It is pretty sad, but it's probably one of my favorites. And there, we got that. Now, that was not difficult, but it's going to get a little more entertaining here because now we have to draw a boat. All right, here we go. We left it yesterday with just the background all laid in. Well, this morning we're going to give a shot at putting a couple little boats in here. We're just going to see how that goes. It's very simple. Again, I'm not doing anything complicated. So basically, the bow, do a line, do a little bit that way. The boat, draw it out. I don't know, we may want to make that a little bit bigger. I'm not sure yet. I'm kind of liking it about that size. Oops, I didn't get my gray on my palette this morning. That's okay, I can fix that right now. You know, I'm thinking it has to be a little bigger. That's not quite big enough. Easy to fix. We're gonna go up. Ta-da! There we go. Easy enough. There. I'm gonna run over just a little bit. Oh yeah, that's much better, much better. So we're going to take a little bit of the darker, put it in here, just a little tiny bit. And then we know we got shadow on the front from the sun. There we go. But let's clean that out just a little bit. We're going to have to let this sit a few minutes and settle because it's a little bit thin on the paint. So a little darker than that. Sorry, I'm mixing a little bit lighter blue because I want it to do this. that's gonna have to sit a few minutes. So what we're gonna do while that's sitting, we're going to not use that. Oh yeah, we are. We're going to bring our color down because we have reflection. Maybe a little more color than that. Get our messed up brush, the one that's so crazy. We'll do this. Just a little bit to create. There we go. Maybe not so much in there. There we go. Then, where? Oh, there we go. This'll do. See, this, add a little bit with a palette knife right in there. That really adds that little water, look of water into there. I want to do it back here too, just a little tiny bit while I've got the knife out. There. Oh, well, you know, we can paint the other boat while we are waiting on that one. Let's put it right about here. Uh-oh, well, that's all right. Ooh, see, and this is where acrylics are amazing because you can do that with a little bit of water and make that go away. Except for that, because I had blue paint on my finger. And I will take my towel, and in just a few minutes, you'll never ever know that was there. Now, draw that line in, and may have gotten us a little close to the edge, but that's okay. You know, we're not looking for perfection here. We're just looking for some fun with color. And I need to come up with that just a little bit because it's a little bit higher on one side than the other. So that means I'm taking the boat off of the picture, but that's okay. Like I said, ain't that big of a deal. And we're gonna grab, we'll use this one because we've already got it in our hand. We'll go ahead and bring our reflection down. Got a little green to it. We'll bring it down a little further because this boat's closer to us. And we're going to get into that white and create this little line. That's a little bit too much paint there. All right. So now I've got to let that sit a few minutes, but we'll work on some darker shades because we can do that. So since we're right here. Let's see, can we put darker on the water line back here just a little bit? We don't want a bunch, just a little. There we go. Maybe we'll use that in here. Nope, that one's gonna sit just a little longer because it's a little bit on the wet side. That's all right, the other one is not. I'm going to go to a little bit smaller, to a smaller line brush to start creating a little bit of highlight here. So you can see a little touch back there. So it's catching a little bit of sunlight back there, just a little off that top. There's going to be a little and a little. I'm going to add color in here. And we're going to go back to some darker. There. Maybe a couple of lines in here. These are just tiny little details that sometimes make a difference. Not on all. You don't have to do it on all your works. A little darker than that. Let's go play with the green boat just a little bit. We'll add a few little highlights here and there. Then we'll come back in and play with some dark on it. Wrong one. There we go. Getting the right color. This is a little bit wrong, but that's okay. All right, there we go. Not bad for such a simple little painting. Let's get my palette real quick. Palette knife really quick. Add a little thing right in here. Whoops, not what I wanted to do, but that'll do. do too. So I can work with it. Sometimes you just have to pick it up. There. Now, it's a little bit hard to do this without. You gotta have a little bit of a seagull in there somewhere. Where? Okay, I'll just use the same brush I had. That'll do. This will work. These, simple as it gets. Whoop, 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 whoop. And there. Just a little touch of color. And I think we are pretty much where we want it to be. And there you go.